Hey guys, so this video I'm going to do what it's like to live in a flat because I thought maybe this would be an interesting video you may be interested in. So previously I have stayed in a house, a corner house, so that's where one house is, well, a corner house where there's one house that's attached to the wall. You know what I mean, like a terraced house. And then I've lived in a terrace house. Anyway, that's the history. This is the first time I've lived, obviously, in a flat. So some people may be dubious of flats and stuff, or they're noisy, everything like that. So first off, the walls are thin. You can hear sometimes. It tends to be more noisy in the evening, but even then when I say it's noisy, it's not necessarily noisy. It all just relies on like neighbours and stuff. So if you are gonna look into it, like renting a flat, I would try and find out like the area, maybe ask a few people who live in there if it's noisy and everything like that, about neighbours and stuff like that. The only reason why I say that is because it's gonna rely mostly on if your neighbours are noisy or anything like that. But other than that, I've personally not had any issues so far. I mean, I've been here for like, I think it's been like 2 weeks now, or even 3 weeks. I don't know, it's gone kind of quick. I will say as well, obviously this depends obviously how the building's built. The door to go out does bang. I mean, they do say there is a sign saying try not to bang the doors, but it does kind of slam shut, that you sometimes hear. Um, but other than that, another thing as well is sometimes you can hear. I don't know if it's because I'm second floor, so there's someone above and there's someone below. So I don't know whose one it is. It could even be both of them, but sometimes you can actually hear their toilet flush. Like, it's not loud, but it's kind of faint. And as I said, sometimes you can hear talking. Like in the evening, I can hear. I think it's like kids, obviously making noise, but it's not to the point where like it goes on in the night, if that makes any sense. Like I can sleep and everything like that. It just gets more activity, which is probably because people have come home from work. But other than that, I have not had no issues. Obviously, with this, there's no garden or anything, but I'm not that really interested in it anyway. I mean, there's literally a park like half an hour away anyway. I think it's even less than half an hour. So that's not bothered. So that doesn't bother me. Obviously, if you're a family, maybe a flat share. That's for another video. Maybe a flat might not be for you. Um, but as a single person, or if you're a couple or whatever, it's fine. As I said, it's the thing you have to look out for. Also, as well, sometimes you hear footsteps. Again, it depends if someone's heavy footed or anything like that. So a lot of it is to do with neighbours. So I would advise kind of looking into the neighbourhood a bit and see if there is any trouble or anything like that, because other than that, it's like living in a normal house really, apart from the fact you can hear like neighbours and stuff more often. I mean, the house that I used to live in, my parents' house, should I say, the walls weren't that thin, but sometimes you could hear next door neighbours sneeze. And then on the other side, the house that I was staying with, a mate I was staying with over Christmas, his walls are so thin. So he, again, like my mum's house, there's only one house that's got a shared wall, and they are so noisy. Like, it's a family with kids, and they can be so noisy. But as I said, you know, you just research the flat, how thin the walls are, if there has been any trouble with neighbours or anything like that. But yeah, it's just like living in a normal house really. Obviously a house is going to be bigger than a flat. I don't know, I mean, you can get some big flats, but general speaking, a house is going to be bigger than a flat. But other than that, there's nothing that's like different in terms of stuff like that. It's just the fact that you may hear a lot more noise than you're normally used to if you are used to living in a house. Again, it depends on neighbours and stuff like that. But yeah, that is basically it really. No other information. So I wasn't sure what to do this video, but I thought maybe quite interesting. Um just to like expect, like, if people are wondering if it is really that noisy, if you can hear like every detail of your neighbours, but you can't generally speaking. As I said, you hear more activity in the evening, but that's people coming in and stuff. I have heard talking before, but again, it could even be from the hallways, not necessarily from inside someone's flat. But other than that, that's pretty much about it. Another thing to mention as well, and when it comes to parcels and stuff, they prefer it if you go down. Personally, I would go down and get it, then obviously them coming up and getting it. I don't know if that's generally just because of the COVID situation currently, but that's what I would do anyway. Obviously, when it comes to letters and stuff, I think postmen have a key to get into flats to do stuff like that. I don't know. I've never been here when the posts come for this door, but that's usually the case. They usually have a key, and then obviously if it's like a delivery service like Hermes and stuff, they'll ring the bell. But usually it's expected for you to come down. So I mean, some may go up to the door, like if you let them in, but I don't mind going down there. As I said, I'm only on the second floor anyway. It's not like I'm on the top or there's millions of stairs. Another thing as well, just to point out, a lot of flats do not have lifts. I don't know why. That's something that's worth actually searching on why flats don't have lifts. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Really, there's not much else to say. Um, Obviously, as well with the bins and stuff, it depends on obviously the flat, the company that owns the flat, or the estate agents, or how it's laid out. But see, with my flat, it's with a lot. There's multiple blocks in this kind of area, and they've got like multiple areas where the bins are. So one area with bins are for one block, and then another area with bins in it is for the other block of flats. That's how that's done as well, and that's all like kind of like outside. So there's that as well. So it is kind of like all together. It's like a massive shared bin. I think it's recycle. The ours is recycled. I think, I don't know. I don't bother with recycling. But yeah, that's how that's set out as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it really. To talk about, to be fair, I can't think of anything else. But yeah, that's it for this video. So bye guys.